Thank you very much indeed, Rod. Good morning, everyone. Bonjour. It's my simple task to describe the InnovAge project. And given that my short time has just become slightly shorter, I'm going to go through these slides very quickly, but you'll find them all on the InnovAge website after the conference. So very brief agenda, 3 points. The starting point for InnovAge was the moment when Europe decided that social innovation and active and healthy aging would be high priorities. So the European Innovation Partnership, and you all know that Europe set an ambitious target. By the year 2020, there would be, it's hoped, an increase in average healthy life expectancy of 2 years. And it's that that sparked the idea for the InnovAge project. This is the mission. It's simply to combine the highest quality science with stakeholder perspectives to find new ways of improving healthy life expectancy and enable people to age better over the life course. The project has 4 objectives. You will hear about the 4 social innovations very soon. We've created a new web platform for social innovations. More about that in a moment. We've addressed the barriers to social innovation, and we've particularly addressed those in the new member states. Why do we emphasize the new member states? It's simply because there is a gap in healthy life expectancy between the old member states and the new member states. And it's that gap that must be addressed if the ambition to increase healthy life expectancy by an average of 2 years is to be achieved. For example, at age 65, healthy life expectancy for men in Denmark is 12 years. In Latvia, it's 2 years, just 700 kilometers apart. A huge gap in healthy life expectancy. That's why we focus so heavily on the new member states. These are the key features of InnovAge. I can't go through all of them, but I'll emphasize the fact that we have put a lot of time into working with stakeholders, and we put a high priority on engaging with older people at project level, social innovations, but also at the InnovAge organization level. Those are the partners. There are 11 of them, 7 research institutes, and 4 non-academic stakeholders. This is a complex diagram, but it's intended to show you how we have engaged with stakeholders. So the journey of InnovAge started at the bottom and has reached that top point where we are now, the final conference. And you can see that the work packages, the scientific work, was filtered through 3 stakeholder forums. So everything that the scientists did in the work packages was examined, cross-examined by stakeholders, and their views were taken into account. Those are the scientific work packages in the middle. And these are the outcomes of the project. And to summarize that slide, I'll say to you that we did exactly what we said we would do. And that will be unfolded over the course of today. What we hope to have created for Europe is a foundation on which other social innovations can be developed in order to promote active and healthy aging. Now, okay, what's this thing called social innovation? You've heard a lot about it, you've read a lot about it. To summarize, it is a highly contested concept. But what we can say is that there are some basic ingredients that everyone agrees about. New ideas to meet social needs and create new social relationships. And that's really what we focused on, without getting into a debate about the meaning of social innovation. But this project, for the first time, has applied the concept of social innovation to active and healthy aging. So we've taken the concept of active aging, which more or less derives from the WHO, but not quite, and for the first time we have applied it to the European ambition around healthy life expectancy. So our focus is social innovations designed to improve well-being and quality of life for people as they age. This diagram shows you the evolutionary path of social innovations, the 6 stages from initial ideas through to systemic change. But let me tell you, most social innovations never reach stages 5 and 6. Here are the InnovAge 4 social innovations ranged across that innovation spiral. And those 6 stages, for our purposes, we condense to 3: early, middle, and late maturing or matured social innovation. Now, when you go to the web and you Google social innovation, you will be inundated with thousands of social innovations. So how did we go about the task of sifting those thousands of social innovations into something that was robust and reliable, and we could put some confidence in to say to Europe, these are the sorts of social innovations you should be focusing on? Well, we used this process. We invented a process called the Grading InnovAge Projects process, or GRIP, which is meant to filter out those that are of no interest to Europe in terms of healthy life expectancy, and those that have no promise of helping us in that endeavour to improve healthy life expectancy. This is how it worked. An initial sifting process, filtering, and then, crucially, notice, peer review. So when you go to the InnovAge website, all of the social innovations have been through a peer review process. They're not just collected and then published. They were peer reviewed. And that's important. And these are the criteria we used for the initial sifting of those thousands of social innovations. And in the peer review process, we used what's called a balanced scorecard around impact, sustainability, tolerance, and implementation. And each of the social innovations was scored. It's too much detail, but in a flash, here you can see the scoring system that we use. The end product of that process you will find on the InnovAge web portal, and we have a couple of laptops at the back, so you're invited during the day to go onto the website and have a look at the sorts of social innovations that we have filtered. Because of that process, I can stand here and say that we have a high level of confidence about the social innovations that we selected and placed on the InnovAge website. We will claim that that website is the most reliable source of information in Europe about social innovations for healthy and active aging. But, as my colleague Carol Jagger will point out in a moment or two, there is very little evidence about the connection between social innovation and healthy life expectancy. We need more of that evidence. Here are 3 examples that you will find on the website, just to give you a sense of what is available, summarized, and also with a little more detail. If you have a look at the middle one, for example, Elderly for Elderly in Slovenia, this is an adaptation of a social innovation in Denmark that used nurses, but in Slovenia they used volunteers, in order to try to relieve loneliness and isolation among older people. And this is important for healthy life expectancy because loneliness and isolation are risk factors for poor health in later life. And here you can see those 3 examples ranged on the innovation spiral. And these are some of the ways we think social innovations can help to promote health in later life and across the life course, through volunteering, building individual capacity, helping behaviour change in lifestyle, and in improving social interactions. And on the website you will find that the social innovations we have sifted are put under these 8 domains for active and healthy ageing. So these domains tell you the sorts of social innovations you can find on our website. This list of domains was developed by my colleague Dave Neary in the Innovage project and is based on Michael Marmot's Social Determinants of Health model. Now, to conclude, some key messages from the Innovage project. First of all, Europe must continue to support social innovation. Always the danger in Europe is that there are a series of fads or fashions, and the Parliament and the Commission is always moving on to a new project. But social innovation is important. Secondly, there is a direct contrast between the proliferation of social innovations across the globe and the virtual absence of evaluation and testing. So we need a much greater emphasis on evaluating the impact of social innovations. Thirdly, we need to learn from each other, and there is no European way of doing that. So we argued that there should be a platform for social innovations to meet, to train new social innovators, and to provide mentoring. And we emphasise that that knowledge exchange should be particularly focused on the new member states. The Innovage project has started the process of examining the link between social innovation and health outcomes. But it's just the start. We need more research on this topic. We need to uncover the potential impact of social innovation on different health outcomes. And then finally, there is always a risk that Europe will shift its focus and not concentrate on the importance of ageing and healthy life expectancy or healthy life years. That would be a big mistake. We all think that Europe must maintain a priority to focus policies and actions around the ageing of the population and the importance of sustaining healthy life expectancy for as long as possible. And the key message for social innovators is innovate, but also test, evaluate, and learn. Thank you very much.